Hello, my name's Ashley Collins, aka The Onto Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. So this is a subject that I was discussing with Victoria from the podcast Served on Sundays. I don't really recall how we got onto this subject, but all I know is that it intrigued me so much that it's been on my mind constantly, like literally every day. Like I can't have normal small talk. I was with my friend the other night and I was like, I literally pulled out my journal and I was like, hey, so what are your thoughts on this? But okay, so a little bit of background about my education. So right now, my mother lives in a predominantly white community. It's an HOA. That says a lot. My elementary school is like right around the corner, and it's a predominantly white elementary school. And then I went to a predominantly Hispanic middle school and high school. I remember one point in elementary school, I felt very ugly. I had my hair was permed, but like we were having like braids and like barrettes, but like I felt really ugly because like the white girls would like have like long flowy hair, and like here I am like with my nappy hair, and I'm like, I need to get more perm, more perm please, more of a relaxed look please. That's my brother. And then I remember in middle school, I was sitting at the table with these girls, and we were talking about like guys we have a crush on. And one of the girls, she said to me, why don't you like black guys? And I was like, I like black guys. I like black guys too. And like I just remember feeling so, I remember the feeling in my body, feeling like really nervous when she said that, like I was being put on the spot, testing my blackness, I guess. And then in college, it was like all the black people hung out with each other in college. And I don't think it was an intentional thing. I think we just happened to. So something that is circling in my mind is maybe you're thinking, firstly, you probably should read the book, Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Next to Each Other in the Cafeteria by Beverly Tatum. I love her name because my aunt's name is Beverly, and then my cousin's last name is Tatum, so I'm like, oh, that's easy to remember. So I've been listening to the audiobook and listening to her speeches about this. And when I've been asking people this question in real life, why do black people tend to gravitate towards each other in rooms, in classroom settings, at work settings? You know, right now at work, the only people I really talk to are the black guys in the kitchen. And I think that, and this is going to sound really bad and my stomach just did a little flip. I think intent is very important. I hope that you know that my intent is not to offend or make anyone upset or to come off as racist or prejudiced, etc., etc. But there's this kind of familiarity that you feel when you see people who look like you. I don't think it's only black people who do this. I think that all races, all cultures, all identities, all religions, we unconsciously do this, we unconsciously make it a habit of finding people that we not only identify with as a way of feeling comfortable, as a way of feeling safe, and also we tend to seek out people who remind us of our family, you know? And I also think that there's this kind of, just say it. I've been avoiding making this video because I don't know how to phrase this in a nice way, but I'm just gonna fucking say it because I don't get monetized anyway. And what are you gonna do? Stop watching my videos? Okay. There's this kind of sincerity and genuineness with black people that you don't really get with white people. So I feel like whenever I'm around black people, I can be myself. I can be extra. I can be dramatic. I can behave a certain way without fear of consequences. As opposed to when I'm myself around white people, it's like I'm afraid that they're gonna go and snitch or they're gonna talk about me behind my back. Like, oh my gosh, it's like white people have this way of code switching, but not like in a they talk ghetto and then they have that like a white voice. No, it's like their emotional behavior. They're changing how they behave in order to get something from you. Because it's like they have this kiss ass kind of code switching where it's like I've worked in a lot of settings, right? Where it's like you like, okay, so in a restaurant, right? You have your white server, and they're like, "Hey guys, how are you doing today? Okay, would you like a Coke? Okay, you want a strawberry lemonade? That's great. Okay." And then they'll go in the back in the kitchen, and they're like, "Ugh, fucking hate that table." And I'm like, I don't trust that behavior. I don't trust that, because if you deal with a complete stranger, you're probably going to do that with me as well. And this is why I'd rather not hang out with you. I'd rather not hang out with that fake energy, you know? And I know that we all tend to have our customer service voice, but I just tried to be myself. And I guess it's probably bad advice. But I don't know. I think it helps with my tips. I think it helps with people coming back again, because they don't want to be treated fake and phony, you know. It's because I feel like they can feel that, they can read that. But yeah, I think that we tend to gravitate towards people of a similar race, a similar identity, so that way we can be around genuine and sincere people. And also, like I said, we want to be around people that remind us of home, people that remind us of family. What else? So in church settings, this is called hurting. And like I said, it's not only limited towards Black people. It's more of a subconscious thing that we're doing out of I was going to say unnatural, but I think this is more of a natural habitat. It's kind of like, you know, like if you're in a safari, right? If you're in the jungle, right? The monkeys are going to want to hang out with the monkeys. Now I just compare Black people to fucking monkeys. That sounds really bad. But you know what I'm saying though, right? We go to the place where we feel the least threatened and where we can be accepted. And this might sound a little bad as well, but it's like, I've heard very often from a lot of people that they say that I love hanging out with Black people. I love being around Black people. And it's like, there's a reason why. I think that, I don't know why. It's like, not all Black people, obviously, but there's just something about Black people where it's just like, you know that they're going to keep it real with you. You know, there's something about like the Black teachers that I've had, where it's like, they don't coddle me. They don't take shit from, like my Black managers. They don't take shit from me. They know when I'm being lazy, and they're like, hey, you know that they don't want us here in the first place, right? So you know that you have to work 10 times as hard in order to keep this fucking job. So get your act together. And that's the kind of leadership that I like. And that's the kind of behavior that we need and that I want, as opposed to having a white manager and they're like, oh, everything's fine. I'll just give you a little bit of training. No, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. And the next thing you know, a couple of days later, we're going to have to let you go. But you said everything was fine. You said everything was hunky-dory. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. And like I said, it's not all white people. It's just an observation that I've experienced. Something Victoria said was that, are Black people trauma bonding with each other? Are we still traumatized from our upraising that we're just connecting with people because we're so broken? And I don't necessarily think that that's the case at all. I think it's more of like we're looking for similarities from people who, like I said, who remind us of home. I like talking to people of other cultures, from different homes, literally from all over the world. I've just recently made friends with a couple of people from Iran, and they're telling me some things that I'm like, okay, American history has gotten way out of control now. But like, look out for the conversations I'm gonna have with these people in Iran. You're gonna be very, very shocked. But yeah, I used to like, in real life, mixing myself in with different crowds. But like I said, when it comes to a professional setting, I'm wary, and I'm very distrustful a little bit in a bad way. And I think my coworkers can read that off of me, because I don't really talk to them. Like I said, I only talk to the Black guys in the kitchen, you know? Like, and I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Okay. I wrote down, are white people afraid to talk to us? I think that there are questions that need to be asked rather than assumed when it comes to this whole like transition of trying to eliminate racism. But we're not allowing a space for white people to ask those questions, or for other cultures to ask those questions without us like immediately jumping in. Well, you don't know what I've been through. You don't know where I've been. And it's like you allow them to ask the question because they're already thinking it. They're already saying it in their own circles. So why can't we give them the space to say it out loud around us? And here's another thing though. As I was listening to, I was also listening to Thomas Sowell and Beverly Tatum talk, and I thought, and then it went to an Eric Thomas video, and he was saying how he's never been so disrespected than people by his own race, you know, and it made me think to myself, it's so disrespectful how we don't respect the education system, how everyone just wants to be an influencer, everyone wants to just be a rapper, everyone wants to be a singer, and it's like it makes me think back to the stories that I still hear now from my aunts and my mom, how they had to walk miles to get to school, you know, like how they were raped, how the people went to jail, people literally die in order to desegregate schools, but you don't want to go to school because you're bored. Life, you're going to learn this, hopefully not too late, but life is all about education. You should always be constantly educating yourself, and you are so privileged that you get the opportunity to learn in a setting where you're not being stared down by someone who doesn't want you there. How dare you? How dare you how dare you say, I don't want to go to school, I'd rather just sit in my room all day making videos. How dare you? Okay, so what if I said environment matters more than genetics? Where you work, where you go to school, where you hang out, it matters. It matters in who you connect with who you bond with, you know? And then also, how are we supposed to grow if we keep going to what's familiar? So I encourage, and like I said, I'm also talking to myself, to step out of your comfort zone. And like I said, we need more genuine conversations instead of just tiptoeing, you know? I think that's it. Oh, wow, I can't believe I said that. Wow. I would like to say it's because Black people are more honest, and we've made lying to each other a form of currency. I would like to be more of an environment where I can feel like I could be myself without tiptoeing, without having to tiptoe on glass. I don't know why I wrote that down. I wrote down that I think that all Black people need therapy, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think that what we're being fed, what we're being consumed is not nutritious for us. But some of us aren't aware of it. So I think that the environment that we allow ourselves to stay in, we need to step out of it in order to see that, oh, they keep feeding us these lies and I keep eating it like it's McDonald's, and they're assuming that it's good for me because it's impossible meat. I'll leave you with this, and then I gotta go to work. I don't think they look at my videos. I hope not, God. But I didn't say where I work though. But okay. So someone said to me that instead of talking to people, I ask a lot of questions. And they said that the smartest person in the room is the person who asks the most questions. And they said that I think that you're smarter than you let on. You like when people think that you're the dumbest person in the room, but you're really not. Your observations make you very intelligent. And I told myself for my birthday this year, I'm gonna stop playing dumb, but I'm just scared. I'm scared of the backlash. But I mean, I guess you can use fear as a way to, I mean, I guess If I wasn't afraid, that means that I didn't have something important to say. And that's it. That's it. Okay, bye. Thank you so much for listening. Bye. I'm late.